Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, actually, you know what? Today is a rough one for me because I generally try to keep this channel very focused, pretty much focused on mental health, and everything I talk about is usually mental health or goal setting and that kind of stuff. But I guess today I'm jumping a little bit more into the advocacy, or I don't even know if it's advocacy, but jumping a little bit more into what is going on in our society right now. So today I want to talk about, really what I want to say is Black folks, we're not okay. We're not okay. And here are 5 things that we can do to help us get to okay. Because right now, with the way things are going on, we're just not okay. First thing we need to do is we need to get back to center. So that means if you're one who prays, you need to be praying because we need to get back to that inner peace. We need to get back to that place of where we need to recenter ourselves, because a lot of us are experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of grief, a lot of anger, a lot of emotions that are really taking a toll on us and the people around us. And it's important that we find ways to get to that center. So if you're one who prays, you need to get in there and double up on your prayers and do whatever you need to do. If you meditate, if meditation is what you do, take that time and get into your meditation, because the way things are going right now, because we were already in the midst of a pandemic, which had us all turned around. And now we have all the stuff that's happening. So it's even worse. So we have to find a way to get to center. And the first thing, and praying, meditation, or whatever way that you need to do to help you get back to your Zen, find a way to get back to that center, to that inner peace, to your Zen place. Because in order to get anything going, in order to do anything, in order to have any type of social action, in order to have any type of powerful or impactful results, we're going to need to get back to center. 2, we got to talk. We're not okay. Over the last few days, I've had the opportunity to talk to quite a few people in my circle, some family, some friends, some other people, just really people. And what I found out is we are not okay, but we're not finding, or we're not feeling that it's something we can talk about. We're not feeling like it's okay to talk about it. We're trying to hold it in, and we have to let it out, because if we don't let it out, this stuff is just going to eat us from the inside. So we have to let it out, whether you're talking to a friend, whether you're talking to family members. If you have to talk to a therapist, talk to a therapist, because we are not okay. And we need to deal with the fact that we're not okay. We have to talk. We have to let it out. You have to be able to verbalize and let out the fact that you're scared, the fact that you're angry, the fact that you're unsure of what is going on, the fact that you don't know what to say to your kids. We have to talk about those types of things. So take the time, talk to someone, talk to a therapist, talk to a friend, talk to anyone that you can talk to who will be able to listen and let you let you vent, let it out. We have to find a way to express ourselves. So if you have to see a therapist, see a therapist. I always mention how your your employee assistance program is one of the easiest ways to get free access to mental health services. They usually give, recently I saw someone that gave 3, but they usually give about 5 or 6 sessions free with a therapist. Find someone to talk to, because right now we need that. We need someone to talk to. 3, you need an outlet. We all need an outlet. Because there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of sadness, there's fear, there's all sorts of emotions that are in us. There's all sorts of emotions that we're all going through, and they just keep coming. And we already were in a difficult place with the pandemic that was going on. And now and that's one of the reasons that this feels it feels a little worse even, because we were already in that raw space. We were already in that vulnerable space. And now having to deal with this one, being added, it almost makes it feel worse. But we have to have an outlet. Hey, all that anger cannot stay in your body. If that anger stays in your body, it's pretty, how sometimes they talk about drinking poison, hoping that your enemy dies. That's what that anger is doing. Keeping that anger inside is really hurting us, is really putting us in a more difficult or in a weaker place. So take the time and figure out a way to let out that anger. The most effective, the most efficient way I know to do it is exercise. I'm not a big fan of the gym, but go for a run. If you have equipment at your house, take the time and do some workouts. I know that there are places that are offering free streaming exercise programs. Do something every day. Do as much of it as you can, because there's a lot of emotion that we are experiencing right now, and we have to have a way of letting it out, especially that anger, that anxiety. We have to let it out. And hey, if you have a boxing bag in your garage or something, go for it. Find ways to let out that anger, because we cannot let it sit in there and eat you out alive. And that one was a little weird especially as I talked to people, and I kept saying, yeah, life affirming activities. And the response I got from most people is, hey, things are so bad right now. How do we have fun? How do we do this? But we have to engage in life affirming activities, because with so many bad things going on, if you're not taking the time to remind yourself that life is good, if you're not taking the time to engage in those life affirming activities, those things that say, hey, I'm okay, there are good things in life, then all you see is that bad. All you see is that negative. All you see is that all the way things are going left. Then it makes it more difficult to be motivated to do whatever it is that's needed in order to get to that good, better place. So engaging in life affirming activities reminds you what you're fighting for. It reminds you that, hey, you know what? Life is still good. There's still stuff happening. There are still reasons to be optimistic. There are still reasons to be hopeful. So do as much of it as you can. And it doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be something that brings a smile to your face. Something that reminds you that, hey, you know what? Life is good. I'm okay. Things are going well. Finally, engage and contribute positively. This moment could be said to be disempowering, because we feel lost. Many of us feel lost. We don't know what to do. It's like everything is happening, but we don't know where to go. It almost feels like, what do we do? We can't really think of what to do. But it's important when you're in those moments where you feel powerless, that you find ways to contribute, to make a positive contribution. And a positive contribution does not have to be a big thing. It could be something as simple as helping a neighbor, helping a friend, checking in on someone. Because right now, like I said, we're not okay. We really are not okay. We're all going through a whole bunch of emotions. So taking the time to check in on someone is a positive contribution that you can make. So find the little things, spending time with a child to provide that reassurance that they need. That's a positive contribution. Find ways to make that positive contribution so that we can start getting back to our zen, getting back to being okay, because right now we're not okay. But by taking a few steps to get us back, it may not resolve the issues. These things are not going to fix what is going on. But what they will do is put us in a better position, in a better mental space, so that we can do whatever work is needed to go forward and actually address and resolve those what is going on. But unless we're able to be whole, unless we're able to be fit and prepared and healthy to handle that stuff, we're not going to have the same level of impact that we could have. And I didn't make this one of the things, but please, we need to stop watching that video, because that's just, when we keep watching those, we're just re-traumatizing, and we're just adding to the whatever emotions were already there. We're just renewing, rebuilding. It's like, it's there. We know it's there. We know what happened, but every time you watch the video, you get angry all over again. You get anxious all over again. You get sad all over again. So it's not dishonoring the memory. It's not that you don't care. It's just that at some point we have to stop stabbing at the wound in order to start doing the work to heal the wound. Let's do a quick recap. 1, pray, meditate, do whatever it is that you need to do to get back to your Zen, because we need to find that inner peace in order to be ready to do the work that is ahead. 2, talk. We have to talk, because right now we're not okay, and holding everything in is not helping us. 3, find a way, have an outlet, find a way to release all those feelings, exercise, do some physical activity to help you release all that anger, all the emotions that are bottled up, that are eating us out from the inside out. 4, engage in life affirming activities, because right now it feels like, hey, the world is on fire. There's no time for fun. There's no time for life affirming activities. But right now we need that more than ever, because things are so bad. We have to have things to remind us that, hey, there are good things in life, and that there is good in life, and there's life worth fighting, worth working for. So we have to put that life affirming activity in there, if for nothing else, just to give us enough of a balance. And finally, engage and contribute positively, because when you engage, when you're making a positive contribution, it makes you feel a little bit more empowered. It makes you feel more like you're being a part of the solution, and that helps a little bit. Again, as always, if you or someone else happens to be going through something that is more than you can handle, please remember that even right now, when a lot of things are chaotic, there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing, and are providing remote services who can help with whatever it is that you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community, so that you can reach out and get the help that you need if you need it. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.